Today we're talking about the top 4 beliefs that are holding you back from finding love. If it's been a long time since you've been struggling to find the right man, it's probably because you are holding on to one of these top 4 beliefs that's keeping you single. By the end of this video, we'll have done a fun little exercise where I want to walk you through a step-by-step of how you can let go of these beliefs today and open yourself back up to attracting your dream man. Hello my lovelies, I'm Laura and welcome back. Or welcome to the channel if you're new, where it's all about helping women attract quality, relationship-ready men through dating apps. Let me just say, this is not going to be one of those just believe in yourself videos. You are playing to win the dating game and find the one, and not just waste your time with guys who just want a good time and are never ready to commit to anything. So a sneak peek on what we'll cover. Number 1, the top 4 beliefs that are holding you back from finding love. Number 2, the secret to letting go of these beliefs. And number 3, a fun little exercise to let go of these beliefs today. So I'm going to guide you through step by step on how to do that. So point number 1, top 4 beliefs that are holding you back from finding love. With some research and asking around, I have summarized all the reasons women struggle to find love nowadays into 24 reasons or limiting beliefs. Here's a little sneak peek. Did you know there were so many? And they can be grouped into 4 main categories that hold you back from finding love. Before we start, I want to take a second to let you write down what you think the biggest thing is holding you back from finding your dream man right now. Press pause on the video, write down the first thing that comes to your mind. 3, 2, 1, go. Now, I would love to hear what you just wrote. If you feel comfortable, please share it in the comments with us. This is a safe space for women to come and support each other. Your feelings, your thoughts are completely valid, and I would love to hear what you have just written down. So I'm going to list down the top 10 for you, because if we go through all 24 on this video together, I reckon we'll be here for a fair while. So number 1, I have no time to go on dates. Number 2, dates are really awkward. Number 3, I can't find anyone I really like. Number 4, what if I get hurt or heartbroken? Number 5, what if we spend all this time together and it doesn't work out? Number 6, every time things go well, I find a way to mess it up. That was definitely me. Number 7, there are no good men on dating apps. Number 8, I keep falling for red flags. Oh, if I could get $1 for every time I heard this one, I'd be so rich. Number 9, men never want anything serious. 10, all men are douchebags. Did what you wrote down take any of these 10? If you did, that is so normal. And I've got friends who have literally taken like 8 out of 10. It is just really important though to separate your emotions from these limiting beliefs, because you are not your limiting beliefs. These are just stories that we've told ourselves based on past experiences that have happened to us, and usually bad ones, right? So all you're doing is really protecting yourself. However, you can 100% break free from them if they're not serving you anymore, which I'll show you how to do in point number 2. Where I want to start this journey for you guys is by understanding that it is so normal to feel this way. It's because if you've had a bad experience in the past, your brain literally has a defense mechanism to help you create stories or a narrative that is going to keep you safe from getting hurt again. However, this can be a double-edged sword, because your brain thinks it is keeping you safe, but it does not know that literally the same defense mechanism in the stories that you tell yourself are also the same things that are keeping you long-term single, and that's stopping you from finding your dream man, and it's also hurting you bad. So the 4 categories that these beliefs fall into, if you want to write this down, you can. Otherwise, I do have a cheat sheet down below that you can literally download to get all the 24 reasons that I've put together, plus all the 4 main categories that all these reasons fall under as well. So the first category that beliefs fall under are the limiting beliefs around connection. Next one is the limiting beliefs around rejection. Third is the limiting beliefs around going on dates. Fourth one is the limiting belief around finding quality relationship ready men. So you might have a limiting belief that falls under 1 or 2 of these categories, which brings us to point number 2. Point number 2, the secret to letting go of these limiting beliefs. So let's start by helping you understand why you are holding on to these beliefs, because I know that most people, including myself, it's not like we wanted to hold on to these beliefs. It's just like I have a valid reason for believing these things. I got hurt in the past because of this, and so this is what I believe now. However, like I said before, these are defense mechanisms and stories that your brain have told you to believe to keep you safe. But when it gets to a point where it's not serving you anymore, it would be more beneficial to learn how to let go of them and create a new reality for yourself, which is why I want to bring in Maslow's hierarchy of needs, which is this pyramid right here. If you guys have not heard of this before, Maslow's hierarchy of needs is a model for understanding motivation for human behavior. So as you can see, the bottom starts with our primary human needs, things that keep us alive, like breathing, food, water, shelter, and as we go higher and higher up, they start becoming nice to haves rather than needs to survive. So the reason why we can survive so long being single and independent of a man is because, you know, as long as you are a somewhat practical and responsible human being living within society, you probably have a place to live. You probably have decent friends, acquaintances, a job, you have shelter over your head, you have food, water, and you breathe just fine. So that being said, anything that doesn't trigger the risk of survival, the brain is going to try to conserve energy, and the 3 on the top here is where all of our limiting beliefs fall under. So for example, the limiting beliefs around connection and rejection fall into love and belonging. The limiting beliefs around going on dates fall under self-esteem, and the limiting beliefs around finding quality relationship-ready men fall into self-actualization. So for example, morality, someone who is in line with us morally. Spontaneity, someone who is as spontaneous as we are. Purpose, acceptance, someone who accepts us for who we are. Purpose, meaning, and inner potential, someone who gives us meaning, purpose for existence, to build a family together, and someone who encourages us to be our best selves. So that is higher up on the category of this pyramid, and it makes it harder for us to be motivated to work towards these changes because it is not a need to survive, which, like I said before, requires more energy, and our brains will only motivate us to do things to survive, not to thrive. That's why change is always so hard. So the takeaway from this is that overcoming beliefs is hard. And that's probably why you've been feeling like it's been so hard to change your mindset or put yourself out there again, especially when the brain has told you that these beliefs are meant to keep you safe. So story time. When I was in my toxic first relationship with my ex, I was 21 at the time. He cheated on me probably dozens of times. I have not kept count. I've just not wanted to know the reality of what was actually happening. He was also manipulative, and he was also emotionally abusive. I told myself that I would never find anyone better, so it was much better to stay and work on the relationship. This was because my bottom 2 categories of physiological and safety and security needs were met. And had I known that learning how to find someone who is aligned with me morally, someone who accepts me for who I am, someone who gives me meaning, purpose of existence to work towards building a family together, and someone who encourages me to be my best self, and that I needed to educate myself with books, with podcasts, to realize my worth and leave because my dream man was out there, and that me and my limiting beliefs were the only thing that were holding me back. Had I known that then, I would have gotten and started my self-development journey to get over these limiting beliefs much earlier. Now that we know this, like, what can we do to overcome this? Which leads us to our fun little exercise that I've prepared for you guys in point number 3. So point number 3, a fun exercise to letting go of these limiting beliefs today. Granted, I have made this exercise up. I wish I had this exercise when I was going through these things. I didn't think 10 years ago that I would need to document all these experiences and all these tools that I've used to help myself overcome this challenge, because 10 years later, I'd be on YouTube having a chat with all you girlies about how to do and what I did to get over my challenge. Right? So I have to go through digging through my brain to come up with this for you guys, but I think you're gonna have so much fun. So if you've ticked at least one of the limiting beliefs so far, I want you to go ahead and give this video a thumbs up so I don't feel so alone for feeling this way. But I want you to go ahead and download the cheat sheet I've got for you guys in the description below. It looks something like this. So with the 24 limiting beliefs or reasons that people feel like they can't find love, or what's stopping themselves from finding love, and the positive affirming beliefs on the other side, which we are going to use to replace our limiting beliefs to create a new reality story for yourself, so that we can now trick our brains into being more open and excited about meeting great men again. So go download that and write down on a piece of paper the top 10 limiting beliefs. I've written down a couple for you guys, so we're going to do a sample exercise so you guys know exactly what to do. There's going to be instructions on the cheat sheet itself, so if you ever forget, either come rewatch this video or just follow the instructions there. So the limiting beliefs I've chosen for this exercise. Number 1, what if the date is boring? What if we have nothing in common? What if I don't know what to do on a date? What if we spend time together and it doesn't work out? There's no good men on dating apps. Men never want anything serious. What if I can't be bothered going on dates? How common is this situation, right? So on the other side, where you've got your positive affirming beliefs, it's gonna sound like this. What if the date turns out to be incredibly fun and memorable? What if you happen to have heaps in common and end up talking to the night? What if you knew exactly what to do on a date and had confidence to do so? What if it didn't take much time to figure out if someone was the wrong match or the perfect fit? What if there were heaps of good relationship-ready men on dating apps? What if you could meet quality relationship-ready men? And what if you could be excited to go on dates again? So what I want you to now do is turn all of those positive affirming beliefs, some of them are in question form, turn all of them into statements, because this is something you're going to recite until it becomes a new reality that you believe is possible. I'll give you a bit of explanation later, but here's an example of what that looks like. Dates can be incredibly fun and memorable. We could have heaps in common and end up talking to the night. I know exactly what to do on dates and have the confidence to do so. It doesn't take much time to figure out if someone is the wrong match or perfect fit for me. There are heaps of quality relationship ready men on dating apps. I can meet quality relationship ready men, and I am excited to go on dates. Now that you've done that, congratulations! You have now completed step 1 to creating a new reality for yourself where your dream man lives. Now I know this is going to feel a little bit weird in the beginning because these aren't your beliefs yet, and I understand that, but this is literally step 1 of what I call the gift of awareness. It's like if you were walking down the street and I asked you how many red cars drove by, you might say none, or I didn't really notice anything. But if I now ask you to notice how many red cars have driven down the street in the next minute, you might say 1 or 2. Right? So the new belief statement will help your brain, it will trick your brain to search for the answers you are looking for that your new reality wants. Babes, this is step 1 to manifesting your dream man into real life. Wait till we get into the future videos where I share how I manifested Pat into life. Granted, it took a few years because I didn't know what I was doing then. Now I know much clearer. But he literally takes 90% of the 60-something boxes or attributes that I wanted in my dream man. Yes, I'm very picky. The list was very long. So I want you to stick this new belief statement, write it down on a piece of paper, put it next to your bedside, and I want you to read it twice before you sleep every night for a month. This is what I did. Granted, I did 3 months, but the more you can recite it, the more it can be ingrained into your subconscious, the more your brain is now prepped to now look for this new reality, to be more attracted to men like that, to opportunities like that, and that's how manifesting works. Put it out into the universe, and the universe gives you opportunities for it to happen. So if you guys have found this video helpful, boy, will you be excited for the next one. The next video is literally called That Girl Glow Up Guide, 3 Secrets to Be the One He Won't Forget. get. These are the secrets that I use to get guys wanting to see me again, even though they had to pick me up, drop me off, pay for all my expenses, give me the princess treatment throughout the entire date. If you're keen, that's coming out next week, so hit the subscribe button to be notified, and I'll see you lovelies there.